Hello, today I have come up with 5 topics. The first topic is Bhitarkarnika National Park. So, Bhitarkarnika National Park is in Orissa, in India, and this is under the Ministry of Environment and Forests under Government of India. And this national park is set up in the year 1998 on September 16th. And this national park is holding a lot of flora and fauna species, and there are so many species, but I've mentioned mangroves and Indian python and olive ridley turtles. So these are the major species of flora and fauna that this national park is holding. And with respect to mangrove ecosystem, this is the second largest mangrove ecosystem in the world. So this is important. And this is declared as Ramsar site in the year 2002. So what are Ramsar sites? Ramsar sites are wetland sites that have international importance. So to conserve wetlands, this Ramsar sites recognition has come, and there are 37 Ramsar sites in India. And the saltwater crocodile is one important species of crocodile that is being conserved in Bhitarkarnika National Park. And with respect to saltwater crocodile, in the year 2006, this national park entered into Guinness Book. So it made a Guinness World Record in the year 2006 with respect to a saltwater crocodile that measured so huge. So with the size of that saltwater crocodile, the national park went into Guinness World Record. And to know about the saltwater crocodile, the IUCN listing, International Union for Conservation of Nature, the IUCN listing of saltwater crocodile is least concern. So it is not in much risk, it is not a red listed animal, but it is still in the phase of least concern, and it is being conserved in this national park in India. And the numbers are growing on in India. This is a positive trend that is hitting the headlines in news. This is a good trend, and the performance of this national park is good, that the numbers are increasing. In the year 2018 there were 1742 of these crocodiles, and in 2019 they grew to 1757. So with respect to saltwater crocodile, the national park is doing well. And the next topic is ISTEM. The full form of ISTEM is Indian Science, Technology and Engineering Facilities Map. So this is a map that shows you the facilities of engineering, science and technology. So we can derive something from the heading. And it is inaugurated by Prime Minister in the 107th edition of Indian Science Congress that was held in this very year in the month of January. And this is the 107th edition of ISC that was held in Bangalore. And the portal, this ISTEM is basically a portal, and this portal will locate the facilities for research work. So whoever is doing the research work in any field, they need some inputs. So to locate, to map those inputs or facilities they need for the research work, this portal helps them. So this is coming up with the slogan of One Nation, One Research. And the database that is all over the world, all over the Indian country, all over the institutes in India. So all the database is being held by this ISTEM. So whatever institute has got whatever data needed for the research, it showcases in its platform, in its portal, so that the researchers will be linked to the resources. So basically the job it is doing is linking researchers with their resources. So we need to do a research. So the researcher needs some inputs, some resources. So for going to those resources, he can just come to this portal of ISTEM. So this is about ISTEM. And the third topic is NETRA, N-E-T-R-A. So the full form of it is Network for Space Object Tracking and Analysis. So the heading itself says something. It is for tracking the space objects, and it is an early warning system for space hazards to Indian satellites. So we know we have satellites in space, and if there is any hazard to these satellites from the debris of space or from any hitting of any space object, so if there is any threat to our satellites, this NETRA will give us that information to protect our satellite. So this is basically launched by ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. in the month of September 2019. And now under Netra, ISRO is coming up with an optical telescope in order to look into this space satellites. So it is building optical telescope with the help of Indian Institute of Astrophysics. So it signed some pact with Indian Institute of Astrophysics to come up with an optical telescope. And to know about Indian Institute of Astrophysics, it is under the Department of Science and Technology, headquartered at Bangalore, and it is a very old institute that was set up in 1786. And the fourth topic is Lai Haroba. So Lai Haroba is a festival of Manipuri tribe called Meitei community. So Meitei community is a Manipuri tribe, but this community is spread across so many other states like Tripura, Assam, and even Meghalaya, and in other countries also, our neighboring countries like Myanmar and Bangladesh. So this is a huge community, Meitei community. Basically they belong to Manipur, and this is to uphold their traditional and cultural values. So this festival is observed. In Manipur, it is observed every year in the month of May, and in this festival they give importance to a tree called Umang Lai. So this tree has a very important role in the festival, and this the tribe that celebrates this festival follows a faith called Sanamaism. So Sanamaism is a faith followed by the tribe of Meitei community, and around 8% of Manipuri people, Manipuri population follows Sanamaism. So Sanamaism is a faith in which they worship the objects of mountains, trees, and water, fire, and things like that. So one of that celebrations they do is the sacred tree celebration of Umang Lai. And the language of Manipuris is Meiteilon. Manipuri language, basically, it is Meiteilon. It is included in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution. So in 8th schedule, we have 22 recognized languages of India. So under this 8th schedule, this Meiteilon language is also one of these 22 languages. And the next topic is Freshwater Turtle Rehabilitation Center. So there is a rehabilitation center for these freshwater turtles built up in Bhagalpur forest in Bihar. So this forest of Bhagalpur is in Bihar, and this freshwater rehabilitation center is set up there. This is important because this is first of its kind. So there are no rehabilitation centers for turtles in India so far. So this is the first of its kind set up in January 2020, and in this 500 severely injured turtles are being protected. So sick and severely injured turtles are protected, they are rescued, and they are released back into the river. So why this Bhagalpur forest is selected for this rehab center? Because it has got Ganga river, ample of Ganga river flows through this forest. And some reports regarding these turtles are by Mission Clean Ganga and Wildlife Institute of India. So Wildlife Institute of India and Mission Clean Ganga gave a report that these turtles are under great threat. And also Traffic India gave a report that 11,000 of turtles are being smuggled every year from India. So for their meat, so there is a great threat to them, and these turtles come under critically endangered species under IUCN. So there is a need to protect them. So in order to protect this, first ever freshwater turtle rehabilitation center is started in India. So this Traffic India is a alliance of World Wildlife Fund and IUCN. So both of them together came up with this Traffic India to conserve the species that are dying or under great threat. So these are the reports, and these are the 5 topics for today, and thank you.